Welcome to partialarc.com. Don't do that.
Welcome back to another episode of Wrath and Story. I'm the Imperial Scribe of this vessel, the Flexible Demeanor, and it is my pleasure to document the many adventures of J. Jones, Andrew Dickinger, and their Servo Skull companion, Daniel Fernandez. When you last left them, our boys had seemingly crash-landed on what might be future Terra. But how can that be? But before they could discover the truth, they came face to face with future Daniel, a being now claiming to be something called the Tyrant Star. Can our boys survive their Servo Skull companion? Let's find out.
All right, Daniel, turned you back on there. It seems we're caught in some kind of feedback loop, probably with regards to seeing your future self trying to become a god.
I will be the star.
Okay.
This was my destiny.
Yeah, this guy's an asshole.
I agree. Listen,
I'm an asshole.
No, not you,
I've
Daniel.
always been an asshole.
No. Listen,
I?
he was a weird robot man that burrowed into ships, and I had to kill myself. Look, future Daniel, or Tyrant Star, whatever you prefer, or Legion, whichever one you prefer. Look, it's your old friends. It's Andrew. It's me. You seem to have gone a real dark path, buddy.
You can join me.
I mean, I don't know about that. I think we've seen the repercussions of it, and I get real grim, unnecessarily so. And Andrew, well, he's about the same, so...
You both became really far less interesting as you got all like, murder all the time. It's not about murder. It's about constructing the ultimate weapon to destroy all... And then... Okay, destroy all life, so I guess that's eventually murder, but...
Yeah, it's eventually murder. Oh, you know what? I know how he got you involved, because, it probably did something to do with, like, we're going to build a really big nuke. Yeah, that's what it was.
It was kind of that. You were easy to convince. Also...
Listen, I'm a man of simple taste. Yeah, I know you are. I just want nukes. And look, buddy, we're going to get you one day, but just not joining this
weird...
Also,
you should join me or I will destroy you.
I mean, it's a very compelling argument.
Wait, hold on. Daniel, you trust me, right? Do you trust me? It's kind of been a while.
I mean, he's been inside you.
Join me or you will be destroyed.
I mean, I feel like you got a little loose wire in there. You just gotta let me finagle a little bit.
You will not touch me.
Oh, that's too bad. Listen.
They built a weapon. They sacrificed their entire race. It spread to every single planet in the Agari system. Well, it's not the Agari system, it's the Agari M. It's the whole thing. They were in multiple systems. Their souls are powering this super weapon, and I am glad to be a part of it. I am an intelligence that will pilot the star, because I'm intelligence, but also I'm like a robot. It's like a perfect balance.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like you're really high on this plan, buddy.
They have science. They have better science than Atris even had, and that guy had great science. I'm a big fan of science.
We can really tell.
Yeah, they were experimenting here. The Eldar had like a temple here because they were watching like all the weird timey-wimey bullshit that's been here for forever. But the Agari, they broke it. They broke it even breakier. I don't know. But it's so much power.
Daniel,
it's so amazing. And you're going to be part of it.
So, we really appreciate your offer.
Oh yeah, really nice to be a part of.
But if you hold your memory, there's something that we say, and it's just say no to evil, and you're...
Yeah, just say no to evil.
You're,
that's what we say.
Kinda...
You feel like you're going down a different
Never
path
said
here.
that. Or, wait, I kind of remember it. Alternate timelines. Can't understand this.
Yeah, this makes extremely little sense, and I do not like it. I would prefer if you didn't kill me, but, I don't know, that isn't really me
I don't think
anymore.
it's going to come to that, because you know what? There's one thing I know you, Daniel. and you especially, Tyrant Son / Future Daniel / Legion, appreciates...
Yeah, I got tired of the name Daniel.
That's sad. Is affirmations. Let's go around and say some affirmations. You know what? I bet right now you've got a whole bunch of affirmations to share with us. And why don't you go through the list of them while we talk about what we're going to say for our affirmations. Sound good, Tyrant Son?
I will become the most powerful being in the universe.
Yeah.
While this is happening, can I do a tech use to see if the remote controls for current Daniel are also in operation for future Daniel?
Fuck. Yes.
Now, you should recognize you're about to hack into something calling itself the Tyrant Son.
I mean,
so if this goes wrong...
I mean, I might want to just activate the fire extinguishers at full blast and just eject him across the room.
Wait a second, do you think the fire extinguishers are still installed?
Of course they are.
I mean, they are one of the best attachments we've ever made. They've got to still be in there, right?
Why would you get rid of it?
That's a good point. I can't see a
I'm
reason
going
why.
to devour all matter.
Yeah.
Make it part of me. That's why we're drawing in all of these ships from all over
Of
time.
course,
The
right.
Hollow Men are really building the true version of the They're building my chassis.
And the Hollow Men, they're the Igari, right? The Ghost Igari?
Yeah, they've had their souls come out into the technology. They're really part of me now. I'm taking advantage of this Tyrant Star. Really.
I mean, it seems going really well for you.
What did I need? Because I also rolled a 6 on my Wrath die. Booyah.
Oh, come on.
Okay, well,
Now, wait a second. You did get a... Now, does he still have the fire extinguishers installed? Because if he doesn't, I think there's a perfect opportunity for a narrative declaration to go down here and say that he does still have those installed.
He tried to hide them with
Wait,
everything
is he
has.
sentimental? Come on, Tyrant Son. You know you're a little sentimental.
you have access to the Tyrant Star for one command. I was going to say, unfortunately, the fire extinguisher is gone. You'll need to come up with another clever command. But you did get that 6, and if you would like to make a narrative declaration...
So the narrative declaration is that you tried so hard to cover up the fire extinguishers, but it turns out there is that little bit of sentiment for what we once were.
Yeah.
And it's just a really badly constructed, piece of metal that's not really hiding the fire extinguishers
But,
that are
as
there.
we all know, fire extinguishers, like diamonds, are forever, and they can always be operated.
And I push the button and immediately activate both fire extinguishers at full power.
All right. So the Tyrant Star, or what will be the Tyrant Star Legion,
Listen,
douchebag
I want
Daniel.
everyone to appreciate for a moment that a thing calling itself a Tyrant Star, what is a giant ball of fire, is now being interrupted by fire extinguishers. I just really appreciate it, is all I'm saying.
Yes. The Tyrant Daniel flies backwards and hits the back of its skull against the golden throne, actually. More of a corroded throne, and bounces off of it and hits the ground. And is sort of shaking itself as it's getting back together.
Now, does it look like Tyrant Star Daniel have any, extremities on him, like guns or things? Or does it just look like regular old
He
you,
looks
Daniel?
he looks like me, but with just more cybernetic-y sort of looking stuff on top of him. I guess not really cybernetics, because he's already I don't know if he's really alive, but he seems to be connected to the intelligence of all of the minds of the people. I don't know. It's unclear how much of that is Daniel and how much of it is the Igari taking over Daniel, or maybe Daniel's taking advantage of the Igari. I don't know, but he's mostly just a Daniel.
Okay, Andrew, very quickly, do you think he has created a copy of himself elsewhere, or do you think this is all there is of this Tyrant Star? I think it's very unlikely this is all there is, but maybe we should smash him.
I look at Jay, and then I immediately run at Daniel with the shock maul out and just full force bash it into the floor.
Whatever this thing was is now smashed into bits.
Man, this has been quite a day for you. You've been able to get out quite a lot of energy on
Oh, so therapeutic.
beating on other versions of ourselves.
A black sort of something seems to be seeping out of Daniel now.
Is it fading away?
No, it actually seems to be growing a little bit. It almost looks like a swarm of black something.
You know, I checked my ammunition here, and I don't have any bullets that kill black floating stuff, so we should get the hell out of here.
And this swarm of black things, and they're not quite nanobots, it's just a black swarm. Just call it a black swarm of death. It's probably death. It's probably not good.
Yeah, I'm going to call it 60 feet behind me is what I'm going to call it. Let's go!
All right, and where are we running to?
Out! Back to the ship!
You said that there was a hover vehicle on the way to the Golden Throne, correct?
It was a damaged hover vehicle on the way to the... Yeah, there are a couple of damaged vehicles all over the place.
I immediately go towards the closest hover-worthy vehicle, and I want to start tearing it apart and looking for an engine core.
So we're outside. By the way, as soon as I said we had to leave, I popped my hand up for just a second, hit a button, flash, get the throne room in the background, and then running out the door.
So in the picture, you do have the Emperor's corpse, the Golden Throne, and a black swarm of death flying towards the camera.
Good as it's ever gonna be. I'll take it.
I saw the flash, and then I immediately grabbed that data slate and back up and notarized. All right.
Jeez. So we're sprinting outside to this this hover vehicle that Andrew's running for.
All right, so the monstrous swarm is going to be upon you. You guys are going to need to make athletics checks to run the fuck away from these flying monsters.
Okay.
Difficulty 4.
Okay, I'm gonna re-roll with a wrath point. Oh.
Well, I you needed a 4?
Yeah.
I got a 6.
I got a 3.
Okay, so Andrew runs up to this hovercraft and he's going to try to be repairing. It's sort of a pretty normal-looking hover speeder thing. You could accommodate 2 people in it. Unfortunately, Jay, you trip over something, kind of because you were focusing on taking your picture a little
I was
bit.
really trying to get the right angle.
But you probably should have been watching where you were running, and you stumble just a little bit, but that's enough for these things to be upon you.
Oh, no. No.
These count as a swarm, and they count as like a super version of a mob.
It's kind of like a crowd of people attacking me on my shoulder. That's good.
Yes.
I'm sure you'll be fine.
He says farther away.
Shouldn't have taken the picture.
Worth it. I'm going to upload it to the Voxgram before I die. My final photo.
Okay.
The only signal that makes it through off the planet is, of course, Voxgram.
It's just a picture of me terrified with the dead emperor behind me and a black cloud of death. That's a lot of dice. Yeah. My defense is a 3.
Your defense is a 3, huh? Okay, no, that's not enough.
God, what a roller coaster. How dare you?
Okay, no, I didn't see those 2 6s.
Oh, actually, nope, no, you're dead.
Just had 4, to take the
5,
picture.
6, 7, 8. Okay.
I'm out of wrath.
Okay, so you're gonna take 8 armor piercing 1.
So that means 1 goes through.
Okay.
Because I have a resilience of 8, but I'm gonna try to tumble out of here and do some soak.
Yeah.
So I have a soak of 4.
Yeah.
So here we go. That's enough. I just needed 1. So my shock goes down to a 6 because I used 1 to soak and 1 to do a soak test.
All right. Now that it has this swarm has gotten a scent for you, its next attack on you is going to be more powerful. Just a heads up on that.
So I'm going to do a tech use check to see if I can get this thing running.
Okay. You can get it running easily in 2 rounds. Or you could take a tricky thing to try to get it running this round, but if you mess up, it's going to take even longer.
Tricky thing. I don't play it safe.
Difficulty 6.
I rolled 3 6s, one of them being my wrath die.
My goodness. You were on fire.
So you get this thing immediately going again.
Yeah.
Did you kick it?
I mean, like full power. Yeah, I mean, of course, you always end with a kick.
That's what I thought. I knew it.
Thank God that these, thank the Emperor, excuse me, that these assholes built an elaborate thing to spook you that had working vehicles. You know, Daniel must have done this, right? Like, Daniel would be the one who knows about Terra.
Yeah, man, you as a future self were really meticulous in all of your setup. I mean, that must have been the attention to detail was amazing.
Unless this this is actually like a version of Future Terra? I don't even know.
Yeah,
this is weird.
This is freaking me out.
So I hop in, and then I immediately drive it towards the swarm where Jay is.
Okay.
Ah!
Okay, Jay, you're going to get an action. What would you like to do? There's a car running towards you real quick.
Yep. I'm going to try to do a sweet flipperoo into that hover car as it drives away, hopefully with me inside of it.
Okay.
Athletics check, I assume?
Yes. Difficulty 4.
This is where I wish I still had some wrath left.
We do have 1 glory, and we share a glory. You can add a die to your check if you want.
With a glory?
With the glory.
Do you think I should use it on the nanobots trying to kill me?
Yeah, I mean, this is probably a good opportunity for you to use it.
I'm going to take it. Here we go. So now I'm rolling 6 die. Oh, come on. Above average. Dramatic. I did it. I did roll a 1 on my wrath die, though.
You did roll a 1 on your wrath die.
God, listen, even when I succeed, I fail. But listen, I did get a success. So I do get away, and I do a sweet flip into the hover car.
You do a sweet flip into the hover car. You land into it. The swarm does not bite you because you got away from the swarm. That's what you were trying to do.
I don't really want to do this to us, but I think I know what the one can be.
Is it that you damaged the hovercraft?
No, I damaged the hovercraft. That makes more sense.
Yeah, I think that's what it's going to be. As he flips in...
do I hit the steering wheel because I flip in the wrong way? Like, I tried to angle it to go into, like, the back seat of the hovercraft.
Oh, you direct us towards the swarm.
Or I just hit you and the wheel spins in us.
I don't think you go into the swarm because I don't think the swarm's going to overwhelm you yet. But I think the hovercraft is definitely going to hit a 40K lamppost. Which is covered in skulls.
So many skulls.
So many skulls.
I mean, the light comes out of the eyes of the skull.
I mean, it would if anything worked here
and
anymore.
And it's bolt gun metal.
But that definitely hit the engine pretty bad. This is not going to be able to take you back to the shuttle.
It's just not fair. I'm usually very good on hover vehicles. I remember.
I just have a dead stare towards Jay, just like massive disappointment.
I was gonna die. What do you think it was? I had to flip in the vehicle. Did you see the flip though? It was a good flip.
I motion my hand like you taking a picture.
I mean, look, we're all gonna really appreciate that I took that picture at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. One for the ages.
You know what, Andrew? To sort of recover from this situation, I'm gonna need you to make a pilot check. Difficulty 3.
Listen, when I make that scrapbook, you're gonna pretty thankful. We're gonna live.
Well, nothing significant on my wrath die, but I did roll 3 5s and a 6.
Okay. So you are able to escape this swarm for now. However, as you are traveling, where are you headed?
Well,
the swarm is also between you and the shuttle. Now you could try to ramp through. You could try to drive through it real quick. Or you could try to go... I don't know where you'd want to go.
Yeah, we
here.
probably would have gotten ahead of it if I hadn't done that sweet flip.
So I want to use a tech use check to scan for significant energy sources to possibly find where the hell this temple is.
Okay, you can do that.
And that's the direction we're going, whether or not it brings us through the swarm.
What? Why are you looking at me? I'm not going to shield you. Daniel likes robot stuff.
What did I need?
Difficulty 4.
Oh, this is not the time for you to fail.
Okay, well, I'm going to use one of my wrath in order to reroll some die.
Yay!
With my reroll, I did pass. I did roll a 1 on my wrath die.
You were going so well.
Okay.
Only 6s and 1s. It's all we can produce.
This is really easy. You figured out where it is. The swarm is between you and where it needs to be.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
I mean, of course it is.
I mean, that's the.
I grab Jay and I put him above me, and
what
then I hit
heck
the throttle.
Is this?
And actually, as you see, the swarm seems to be multiplying. And make awareness checks real quick.
Pretty good for me. I got a 5.
You got it. You look at the swarm of things.
Yeah, I got a great view because someone shoved me right to the front of the hover vehicle.
So you thought they were multiplying. They're not actually multiplying. They're just getting a little bigger. Like they're just growing in size a little bit here and there. And you're starting to recognize that they are servo skulls.
What?
I think those are all me.
There's a bunch of you? Wait, so the swarm was small servo skulls that grew?
Yes.
what the hell?
And now a rain of skulls is floating right near us and just overwhelming the vehicle that you guys are in.
Now, can I make one narrative declaration? This is not to benefit us, but when all these servo skulls grow, does it make the shape of one giant servo skull with multiple servo skulls?
It's definitely moving in that direction. It hasn't quite gotten there yet, but you could see it slowly coming together like that.
My last words on this old Earth will be cool as it swallows us.
I just want to point out that for my awareness check, I did pass, and I rolled another 1 on my wrath die.
Yeah, you get a servo skull in the eye or something like that. Jeez.
I think...
My night vision fails.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. You don't see... You're not going to be able to make the pilot check. Somebody else is going to need to make the pilot check.
Okay, so basically what do you say when your night vision fails?
Well, I mean, I just react.
It must be very nice for a moment, because it's almost like waking up from a bad dream. You can see all this horrible stuff in front of us, and then it just goes away.
I mean, I feel like it's more the opposite of where I can see where all the bad stuff is, and now I suddenly cannot see it. So it's definitely the opposite feeling.
That's bad. That's very bad. Andrew, turn.
I can't see where I'm going.
What do you mean you can't see where you're going?
My night vision went out.
What? So I flip down as the servo skulls are coming onto the hover vehicle.
Okay.
And I put my feet over the steering wheel, essentially,
Yeah.
and I'm going to try to pilot this.
All right.
Because I can see.
You can see. Difficulty 3 pilot check. To just sort of stabilize the situation.
I've got a 6. And I passed
Okay.
with a 4.
Cool. Unfortunately, because you are steering with your feet, you're not really... Like, you're able to keep it on track. You're not crashing in any buildings, but there is a swarm of servo skulls all over the vehicle and now going to be all over you. Andrew, you can sort of see them because one of Daniel's eyes is glowing, so there's a bunch of, like, little red dots. What would you like to do?
Turn on my headlights.
Okay.
On the vehicle?
Well, I have lights on me as well. I just
yeah.
don't use them.
True.
'Cause I have night vision.
You could do both of them, I guess.
So I'm going to turn all the lights on.
Okay.
And then I have a question, Daniel.
Yes?
For you, Daniel, not future Daniel. Forget about it.
Yeah, that guy sucks.
Would you qualify as a vehicle type?
No.
No?
No, it qualifies as a swarm. There's special swarm rules I could tell you about.
Yeah, but it just meant it was important for one thing in particular. But if you don't qualify for that, then that's fine. So what I'm gonna do is I recognize because I am.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm intimate with current Daniel features. Nano machine multiplying swarm Daniel, not so much. I'm going to pull out my arc pistol and fire that at the swarm in hopes that the electrifying effect has some kind of added property.
Wait, what about the ultimate weapon? What about your maul? It's literally a shock maul.
Yeah, but it doesn't do as well against swarms. It's meant for things, like single things.
Yeah, you'll crush one Daniel.
Fair. I'm driving this thing, okay? You get up there, you stand on the front of the car, and you fight these things.
So because he's steering with his feet and I've kind of held him up, I kind of just angle the gun around and I'm peeking out of the other side.
Hell?
All right, so I'm going to do a range check.
Okay.
Wow, that was very good. What did I need to hit?
Defense is 1.
Well, I can push 3 6s. Oh, and 6s for
Jeez, that's amazing.
Does this weapon have blast, blaze, or spread?
No.
Maximum damage is 3. You don't need to roll your bonus dice. You do 3 damage. I get that, but it doesn't matter. You blast at the swarm of Daniels. You hit several of them as the swarm sort of like dissipates a little bit, but it is still there, and now it is upon you.
Oh no. Is it gonna attack?
Yeah, it's gonna devour him.
I mean, him, you mean me? The body in front of him?
Oh yeah.
I did just fire at him.
So I'm trying to understand. I guess you're on top of him.
Yeah, so if you imagine, right, there's usually like a glass shield over, in front of where the driver is. My butt is on top of that glass shield. I'm facing backwards towards Andrew. Basically, I guess where your head is almost crotch level.
You know what? I, for some reason, thought you were facing forward and driving with your legs.
No. I'm looking forward, my head back, but I've got my feet on the steering wheel.
Wow. Okay, this was even dumber than I thought it was.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't think it was that dumb.
Guys, I'm incredible at piloting with my feet.
Cool. Well, then it's going to try to devour you.
No.
Okay, what's your defense?
That's a fairly good roll. It's a 3.
Okay. 4, 5, 6.
That's definitely more than 3.
Okay, cool. Because it now has your scent, it's going to be rolling more.
Do you think a swarm of
bonus
Daniels
damage.
is worse than a tiny swarm of Daniels?
I mean, I feel like it only gets progressively worse as they get bigger.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
9 AP1.
Ah, jeez. All right, so that's 2 damage. So I've got 6 I can soak, but I've got 4 soaks. So I'm going to try to soak some of this. I only managed to soak 1, so I do take a damage. So I was at 4, I'm down to 3.
Yeah.
And I've used, again, 2 soaks, so I'm down to 4 left.
Yes.
Basically, is Daniel just like pummeling me with like a bunch of servo
Yeah,
skulls?
these servo skulls are just pummeling you and beating on you, biting you as if trying to eat you, even though they
what
don't
the
have
hell,
a digestive
Daniel?
system. Yeah.
Gee, what the hell is this?
Don't blame me, okay?
I'm not talking to you. I'm
blame
talking to Tyrant Star, whatever the hell your name is.
And you realize, like, as they're growing, they seem to be gaining a little bit of sentience, and it's like, I will devour the world. I will devour the galaxy. First, I will devour you.
Now that they're talking, would
Yeah.
you say that it sounds like they can actually understand, like, conversation and register on some level?
Yeah, they're all speaking at once, too.
Okay. I can't imagine how much damage I'm going to do with a shuriken pistol against a whole bunch of Daniels. I also don't have a close combat weapon. But I can continue to drive. I guess I can pilot. If I do, like, a pilot check and I just say something, can I do both of those things, even though one is not really an action? Piloting is an action.
I'll let you talk. Yeah, I'll let you talk as a free action.
Okay, so let me make a piloting check to see if I can kind of steer this swarm towards like a whole... On Terra, they always had those beautiful groves near the Golden Throne area. So I figured just drive all these skulls through like a grove of trees.
Okay.
You know, that classic...
Are there even trees left? I thought the whole planet was dead.
I mean, there's dead trees and like underbrush and stuff like that. But it's not, nothing is green. But, you know, Daniel thought it would be spooky if there were like dead plants and stuff. So he left those there.
Oh, good. Very nice, Daniel. Nice touch. So I'm going to make a pilot check. What's the difficulty?
If you're going to be crashing them into stuff, that's
I'm trying to do like a cool maneuver here.
difficulty 5.
Oh, it's a 4. Dang it, so close. Yeah, 4. So I don't do it. I just continue to pilot in the direction. But I do want to say something to Daniel.
Okay. Yeah. So you are not. You succeed. That is good enough that you continue to pilot, but you don't pull off any
Craftily
tricks.
run us into trees or something
Yeah,
like that.
anything
Okay.
like that. You try to run into a couple of trees, but like they're just so dead. Like you run into some underbrush and you just immediately just thwunk right
Look, it's
through.
impressive. I'm doing this
Yeah.
with my feet.
Yeah.
But as we're like flying through these groves,
Yeah.
I'm speaking to the Tyrant Star or future Daniel.
Yeah.
Daniel, don't make me do this. You remember, you were my servo skull originally, and I never thought I'd have to use this, but I've got the failsafe, and that thing was buried deep in your systems. When I got completely set up and I first met you with Atris, I got access to these codes. And if you make me do this, don't make me do this, Daniel. I will take you out right now, one button right here. And I'm going to make a deception check, because I definitely don't have a kill switch on you. I don't have a kill switch on you, Daniel. I'd never do that.
Yeah. Okay.
This is just to throw him off at least for enough time to potentially pull away from this swarm.
It's going to be a difficulty 6 check.
That's really hard.
Yes.
I mean, he does know I suck with technology, which is fair.
Yeah.
But it's very possible. I mean, he was my servo skull originally. I could have put something in there.
He does know you like to press buttons even when you're not supposed to.
It's true. And this could be a very dangerous button I press. Here we go. Deception check. I've got 9 dice. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
The Daniels are not yet big enough to have enough intelligence to realize that this is absolute complete fucking bullshit. If they were bigger, they would realize what's going on.
I feel like you're giving yourself more credit, Daniel. That was very convincing.
But for just a moment, they stop as if to think about what they're doing. And that will give both of you a free... Well, Andrew, you have an action just in general right now, but then you will get another pair of actions on these guys.
Okay, so my action is going to be a tech use check to attempt to repair my night vision.
Okay. I mean, you do have your headlights on.
Yeah, the lights are on.
Oh.
Do you want to use your turn to fix your night vision, or do you want to use your turn to shoot all the giant skulls in front of us?
Well, are they now behind us?
No, they're still...
No, they're just pausing, biting, and beating
They're
on
just
me.
pausing mid-flight as
Yeah.
they're pacing with us?
Yeah, they're still paced with you, but they're not attacking at the moment.
They're thinking about their own mortality, that I might potentially have something up my sleeve, which I don't.
So I'm thinking about like what to do about the swarm situation because they've been dazed for a bit, but they're still with us.
Yeah, and you're going to need to shoot it several times to disperse them.
But I was thinking, like my arc pistol's better against vehicles. They
Yeah,
may
but they're not vehicles, though.
But we're on a vehicle.
Oh.
I'm sorry, what?
I immediately take Jay and throw him off the vehicle, and then I jump off the vehicle, and I shoot back at the vehicle with my arc pistol.
Okay.
And they were dazed, so I assume that they were following the vehicle just a little bit while they were thinking about the weird thing that I said.
Okay, so what I'm going to say is you hit the vehicle automatically. It's just a vehicle.
Because it's right there.
It's just right there. You guys are going to need to make athletics checks to roll out of the speeding vehicle.
Well, ironically, I have a mechanical leg that gives me bonuses for such things. So
I don't. I have a soft and squishy body made of bones and flesh and stuff.
And they are flexible, hollow Eldar bones.
Yeah, like bird bones.
Right,
Which
'cause
are
that
perfect
was-
for landing on hard surfaces.
because that was just established in canon. That's apparently Eldar bones.
I
At least his Eldar bones. He's a bad clone.
Oh, wait, whoa, hold on a second.
If anything we
Now
say...
I like where it went.
If we ever say anything about Eldari that is not canon, it's because he's a bad clone.
We just MacGuffined ourselves.
Yeah.
Good.
Wait, I'm just an entire asterisk of a human being.
All right, what did we need?
That's my favorite thing ever when someone has a terrible roll. So what was the...
What did we need?
Difficulty 5 to be completely successful.
I'm sure you didn't roll a 5.
Okay. I'm gonna use my wrath to reroll some of it.
It might not be that bad. We might need it for the temple.
I pass. I rolled a 1 on my wrath die.
Well, you can't re-roll that anyway.
No, I re-rolled. I want to pass regularly because I got a 1 on my wrath die.
Metal garbage.
I only roll 1s and 6s. It's ridiculous.
Okay, Jay, why don't you
Yep.
roll first, and then
Here
we'll
we go.
get to
Here's my
extremes over here.
here's my sweet bird bone landing. And there go all my bones. Well, listen, it's not that bad. I did only get a 2. But it is much more bad because I also rolled a 1 on my wrath die.
Why are we so bad?
Hold on a second. We rolled 2 1s jumping out of this vehicle.
Well-
Did we just,
well, to
like,
be clear, I
we
did
cartoon style pancake into like a wall at like 60 miles an hour.
To be clear, Jay, I did throw you out of the vehicle.
Yeah, I mean, my landing was not going to be soft no matter what. I land like a cat when I know.
Jay, I need to do damage to you real quick.
Yep.
2 mortal wounds.
Oh, no.
Are you dead?
No, but 1.
Oh, okay. Well,
So, for the 1 on my wrath die, what happens?
Well, okay, so I have an idea of what happens with, not for maybe my 1 on my wrath die, but his 1 affecting me. Does that make sense?
sort of. What's
So,
your idea?
Because I passed my landing, but the 1 on his wrath die is he lands into me.
I think that's fair.
Okay.
So do
Deserve
damage
this
to
for
me.
sure.
Okay, cool. You're gonna take damage. You also take 2 mortal wounds.
Awesome.
Nice and even. So you land, and then my body just collides with you.
I'm like a cat, and then wham!
Which is amazing because you threw me off first. But again, bird bones, so I get more airtime.
Okay, I know what happens.
Now, did we blow up the vehicle? You know,
So yes, you did blow up the vehicle. You did roll one in a wrath die, but you blew up the vehicle. This swarm of Daniels is destroyed. I suspect there are other Daniels.
I would assume so as well.
But the thing that has been chasing after you is destroyed. You actually land right at the Eldari temple that you were looking for.
Oh, look, we made it.
We're here.
But unfortunately, you did roll a 1 on your wrath die.
I mean, I thought you were just gonna forget about that.
No. When you get 2 1s on 2 wrath dies, you don't
on the
forget
same
it.
check. I thought you were just throwing me out of the vehicle for no reason, but I can see that you did it because you saw that we were right next to the Eldari temple. I get it.
We're gonna go with that.
So you actually see that there is some sort of glowing energy portal. Maybe it's into a warp way, but it looks completely black inside, so it seems bad. I don't know. But it's right outside the Eldari temple. And the explosion of the vehicle that you just did has attracted attention.
What? Hold on a second. I feel like my whole chest is caved in. What kind of attention did it attract?
So floating out of the portal is a Tyrant Son Daniel Servo skull. And standing with him is Andrew.
Future Andrew?
Future Andrew.
Fuck.
You were right. There are more materials here.
You should have joined us.
Thanks for listening to this grim, dark tale. It seems our boys have found the Eldari temple they'd been searching for, but their future, quite literally, is standing in their way. Will they win the day? Tune in next time to find out. Special thanks to Daniel Fernandez for inserting his soul into a servo skull and helping these two as Game Master. And if you've enjoyed this episode, why not leave us a rating and review on iTunes? It would be most appreciated. Our theme song was composed by Kyle Fryer. You can check out his music on SoundCloud. Are you interested in more episodes of Wrath and Story? And I don't mean what we have here on our regular feed. I'm talking about secret episodes. I'm talking about bonus adventures. Well, for more content and these bonus episodes, check out our Patreon. Every pledge helps to support the show and unlock new and exciting opportunities. You can check out other similar podcasts on partialarc.com, such as Roll to Seize, a podcast all about the wargame Warhammer 40k and its universe. You can tune into Roll to Seize every final Wednesday of the month. And if you're looking for another actual play podcast with plenty of humor and adventure, check out Friday Night Quests, a podcast much like Wrath and Story, but set in a fantastical and equally hilarious world of Dungeons and Dragons. There you may recognize the familiar voice of Jay Jones, and occasionally you'll hear Andrew and Daniel drop by the show as well, along with many more ridiculous and wonderful characters. Definitely check it out. Of course, you can always follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Tumblr, all at Partial Arc. And if you have any questions for Daniel and the boys, send them an email at wrathandstory@gmail.com. That's with the "and" spelled out. We may even answer them on one of our next episodes, so stay tuned. Until next time, goodbye.